What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Action Not Included. In today's episode, we are aiming to get the base cooled. That's our biggest thing, is our cooling. As you can see, towards the end of the last episode and slightly in between, we mostly got this brick done up and ready to go. All we gotta do is do the liquid lock so we can vacuum all the air out, get some water in here, get some hydrogen in here, and this thing will be up and running. The reason why I have this set the way I do is the battery is there to hold a charge, to power the large power transformer, to power the aqua tuner. That's the whole point of all of it. That's it really. Nothing really secret or special about it. There is, potentially better ways to do this. Like if you had this attached to your main power spine and you had like a big power cable running up and down through the asteroid and stuff, you wouldn't need this battery here. But I like having it here just in case if you end up not putting it on the main power grid and whatnot, it can be fully self-contained with no issues. But the main thing we need to do is get the base cooled because we are starting to actually go backwards in our food production. As you can see, we're running out of berry sludge, and we still have a ton of skewers, but they don't do as much for our morale as the berry sludge does. So, and with it being warm, all the plants up here for like the Bammas and stuff aren't growing properly, and they're starting to starve and die off, which is not ideal. As you can see, I think we only have one. Yeah, we have one right here that's not starving. The other three are starving, so we really just need to kind of dial in and get our heating and cooling dealt with. In the background, while we're dealing with that, we're also going to be, just trying to make oil and petroleum and stuff and get all that done up. Last episode was pretty eventful, essentially, with finding all these geysers and stuff. It's given us a lot of projects to basically work on, like a oil boiler with the volcano we could build. We got a bunch of water geysers we could feed into the geothermal pump. We got unplugged the geothermal pump. We got all the storage stuff we can work on. We still have tons of things to do. It was more or less just getting set up to do those things, which I feel like we are at a point where, for the most part, we are ready to do those. Let's see, what else is there? I think that's pretty much it, really. We realistically probably should get this cleared out, but that's something we deal with later. Let's get this. Definitely want to expand our water tank, just so we can store way more water. Pipe is blocked. Is that because it is full? It is because it is full. Okay, perfect. Wait, why is this not working. What is going on? What is going on right now? Okay, this needs... We need to automate that. That is... that needs to never not be working. So let's put a sweeper there. Put some storage for some sand, and that should solve that problem. We set this to a 6. Okay, we set this back to 5. That to 6. Set this to sand. And now we shouldn't have any more problems. But no, we need to get the action number running. What? Why? No, enable the building. Why'd you disable the building? What is going on? I did not click disable. At least not that I know of. Duplicates. What's wrong with you guys? You're killing me right now. Let me make sure none of this needs... No liquids trapped in time? Okay, good. Just hydrogen. Everything kind of got broken a little bit. I think it's because we have mixed gases in here. But it is what it is. Oh, we don't need that to be steel. That's unnecessary. Yeah, I mean, yeah, lead should be fine. It shouldn't get that hot in there. Thanks, Bert. I mean, you're doing a great job. All right. We got all that taken care of. We need this done. Oh yeah, they gotta travel down to the oil biome to get the lead. I was wondering, I was like, what is taking them so long? It's just me being impatient. Yeah, I don't think we really feel like we need the automation anymore with it being, expanding the tank to being that big. Let's see, how are they doing over here? They got this all. They do. None of steam. Okay, at least it's not too hot. And this needs liquid. We'll pick crude oil. Was it ethanol? Where's the... it's coming from up here from the seals. It's okay. That's fine. It is cooling stuff down, which is good. We need that. This is working out just fine. No. Still not enough steel yet. That's kind of our biggest holdup right now, is just refined resources. Oh. But yeah, no, is there anything else right now that needs dire attention? It doesn't look like it. So I am unsure what to focus on right now, besides just getting the base kind of all done up. As you can see, we do have the base entirely piped in, or at least they're working on piping it all in. It comes in from here, yeah, so it comes this way, and it will come through, it'll cool our steam turbine, and then come into the base, come across, come all the way over here, work its way through this, hit our kitchen and our refrigerator, come on up through our dining rooms, come across, do the center of the base, then finally do the farms, and then back into our cooling loop. To be honest, I'm just going to steal the ethanol and pump it into our system. That's going to be our coolant of choice, because water will freeze in the pipes, and we don't have super coolant. I could try using oil or petroleum, but we're already struggling to have to make that stuff right now. As you can see, our petroleum pipe is empty. So, yeah. Now, why is it? Oh, because I have it backwards. Like a moron. Okay. Well, I'm going to get this fixed. And then, maybe we'll finally be able to have some petroleum. I knew there was something wrong. Just didn't know what. It was me being a dumbass and not paying attention to how I had the pipes hooked up. Alright, perfect. So I will be back as soon as we get all of that dealt with and done up. So I'll see you guys in a moment. Alright, so we have our cooling almost done. We're filling it up with ethanol right now, just so we got some fluid in there to cycle around. And all we really gotta do is pump this out and get some water in here. And we're done. So, not too long. It's been several days. It is what it is. It was just taking them a long time to get it built. There was a lot there for them to do. It was a bit of a project. We also had, nobody was running. Like we had to set up more automated power. There was just small things that kept getting in the way that we had to fix to keep things going. But yeah, no, besides that, everything's going pretty good. We finally have, I wasn't paying attention. How did this get? Okay, well, I wasn't paying attention, so these are all overfilled now, but hey, at least they can work. What is this set to? Aluminum. Okay. How about we set this one not to aluminum? Let's change this up. Let's set this to iron. We'll set this to steel. And then we'll set these back here to be whatever random thing we want, which right now is aluminum. We will have to drain some of the fluids out of these pipes, but it is what it is. That is some hot oil. Oh yeah. We actually want to tear these refineries down and want to replace them with ceramic, but I don't think we have enough ceramic. We do not. Okay. We have this replaced with ceramic. We have most of everything in here has been prepped for a hot room. I also replaced the statues down here. Because I thought, for some reason, I don't know why, but I was thinking that the marble blocks gave a better decor than these sculptures. Which, I mean, realistically, they probably should, but when you make them out of granite, these give 30 a piece. So there's 60 here, and when you do the same thing with one of the marble blocks, it only gives you 42. So, you know, I was kind of shooting myself in the foot by not just putting all small. What medium? What are they? Are they large? Yeah, putting the large sculpting blocks. I was kind of shooting myself in the foot for not doing that. But, you know, I got it fixed. We got it working. But yeah, no, that's pretty much where we're at right now. Is we got this all up and running. We got our ethanol working again. Our petroleum is working down here. We got plenty of natural gas that we'll have to start burning off to make fuel, which we can attach to the back of our industrial brake. Like we're coming along. We're getting close. We're getting close. Eventually, we will go to space. But, you know, we have other things we need to worry about first. And again, I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Which I believe that now caused the whole loop not to cycle. Yeah, no, we'll get it all fixed up. I'll get it all fixed up. But as you see, we pretty much have the whole system pretty much working now. So, but yeah, no, I will check back in with you guys once we get this piped out or pumped out and up and running. So I will see you guys in a moment. Alright, so we are almost at the point where we can get this thing fired up. As you can see, I got our little liquid blockage fixed up, so now it's cycling around perfectly fine. We're just waiting for all the oxygen and other gases to be vacuumed out of here, and we'll be all set. I did put in a little airflow tile to, you know, enable the power transformer and suck all the air out of here. But yeah, no, we're so close. It's super awesome that we'll be almost done with this. We won't have to deal with it again. Was just debating how I wanted to bring the water in here. And I'm thinking a couple of these should be fine. This thing is still a mess. We'll get to it. It's just taking a moment. But we got all this done up. Yeah, we still need to swap these out to ceramic, but we're just waiting on ceramic. As you can see, we've got like 400, and I believe these take 800. Take 800, so we're a little short. But we're getting them to where we need them. What achievements have we earned? Let's take a look. They got better, and is that it? We just had a sick dupe get better. Okay. A little lame. I was hoping for a better one, better achievement, but can't win them all. It is starting to get pretty pressurized. Thankfully, we have this double little bit of liquid here. It will eventually try to escape. We don't have much longer for that tries to become a problem. But we'll get there. This is getting full. Our tank's getting full. This is maintaining real nice. Who's making a mess? What is Otto? Why are you making a mess, bro? Why is nobody... What? What? Dude! There's, like, this bathroom is still good. That one's still good. Like, what is... Alright, man. Sure. Go ahead and just mess yourself for realistically what appears to be no reason. Unnecessary. But yeah, no, things are looking a little bit better. As we can see, the base is actually maintaining more of a temperature. Let's see, what are we... Yeah, we wanted this at like a negative... No, like -6? No. I want to try to get closer to -20, but this thing is just so... There we go. So bloody fickle. Okay, there we go. So, in comparison, our base is hot, which is why we realistically need to get this thing cooled down, because we realistically need our base to be like -25, and we are currently like sitting at what, like in the 50s? Yeah, no, that is not good for us. I mean, it's definitely good for, you know, the dupes. I'm sure they're happy about it, but yeah, no, it's not going to work out for us. Yeah, free iron. I love free iron. I will take free iron any day of the week over a duplicate. All right, come on. I know I'm staring at this thing forever, but it needs to hurry. All right. Let me start filling that. Yep, no, all right. What other projects do we need to work on, since that is basically done? Start pumping this out. That's it. We can start building our power. Oh, all right. So I'm gonna get this laid out, and I will bring you guys back in once I'm done, you know, making a mess of the map and get this laid out. So we are finally ready to fire this thing up. All we have to do is wait for the duplicants to come over and build an insulated tile, and that should power our aqua tuner. Yep, there we go. And now that should cool off our liquid. Yep. Granted, you know, we need to supplement it with some cold power until we get some steam going on in here, but that should hopefully not take too long. But it looks like our ethanol cooler is working out pretty well right now. I feel like we're doing pretty good on that. Doing pretty good. Nice loop, nice consistent movement. No stutters. We are still struggling to get this finished up, but that's okay. But no, so that's our this is our power bank, I guess you want to call it, or power generator. I think we're going to store the batteries in here, because we're already going to have to run power in here for the aqua tuners for cooling the steam turbines and, you know, at least maintaining a reasonable temperature in here. Oh, pipe is full. Yeah, I bet it is full. We'll have to deal with that later. So we did overfill all the fluids. But yeah, oh, perfect. So this is done. So we can deconstruct that. This is done. So we can deconstruct that. Actually, can this? Yeah, that's enough. All right. Let me just pump that out, and we'll have ourselves a nice little vacuum. And how's this looking? Insufficient. We have a ton of coal. How do we not have... Don't tell me we don't have coal, game. Alright, is somebody bringing you the coal? Somebody is. Wait, oh, is this set to 1? No, let's set that to a 5. 6. Let's get that to a 6. Let's set that high. We need somebody to bring that. We really need to get this up and running. Perfect. Do we want 2 of them? And 2 of them would make that consistent. Doesn't matter how, I mean, maybe a little bit. I'm hee-hawing on whether or not I want to put a second one in there. I'm thinking the answer is a yes. We're going to set that to like a 7. So they don't have to be messing around. Really need to get that Sleepweed farm up and running. And granted, I know there's a bunch all over the place, but don't think they're getting it. Yeah, kind of destroyed this area over here. That's okay. It'll recover. Get this done. I think we need to put a tile underneath it. At the very least, one tile. Oh, my poor eyes. The red is so harsh. Alright, let that get a little bit more. Guess that's a question too, isn't it? Is how do we get this water out of here? And what to do with that water? Yeah, I feel like ripping out one of these blocks might not be a bad idea. Just kind of letting the water cascade down. Perfect. So we got this set up. I think these are, yeah, so think about, they're pretty bright. Where do we want to put them? We can set them up different places, decoration and science rooms and stuff. Not sure. But this is working out just fine now. Water's starting to get pretty hot. Cooling stain, perfect. Alright, and if we check our temperatures, it should be, let's go back to relevant, because we had that set. It should be drawing the temperature down. It is. It was like 50 something here, now it's dropping down. It's still a bit warm here. But it looks like it is just ripping that hot heat out of there. What we got going on? Just below, it's like 3 degrees. How hot is it when it comes in? Like -2. Okay. And it's -25 when it goes out. All right. I mean, that is what we're looking for. And where is it losing most of its heat? It looks like it's losing most of its cooling capacity right here in the middle. Yeah, right here where we got all the burners, so which makes sense because that is the hottest point. But it looks like it is definitely dragging that temperature down. So hopefully everything stops melting soon. I'd probably give it about, I'd say like a week in game, and our temperature should hopefully balance out. I mean, as we can see, at the very least, it is definitely helping the plants grow. They're no longer complaining about being too warm, which then saves our Bamus. So, that is good for us. We need that. Our food is still going down, but that should hopefully recover now that we have the pike apple bushes going. We do need to figure out what to do with all those plant husks, because that is a ton. This is like some new item I believe they added in the quality of life update. They added in insulated doors and a few other things, so we can make like biodiesel or some sort of biofuel. I haven't actually looked into it yet, so I'm not 100% sure. But it is something we could possibly mess around with right now. So I do believe what we need is that little masher thing. Where is it? Is it in utilities? No. Yeah. Do we not? No, we did science it. Yeah, where's the plant pulverizer? Okay. So we do have it. and just not see it? Ah, there it is. I was just blind. Okay. And oh yeah, that was something else we haven't messed around with yet. Combines a binder liquid and plant husk to create plywood. Okay. And what does? I mean, I guess let's just build it and see what it does. Let's experiment. See what's going on with these new buildings. While we wait for the base to cool down and for things to get caught up and for them to get done building stuff. Let's see, are they done building? They are done building over here. Okay. This is waiting for iron. This can't make iron because it is full. Okay, that's a weird dilemma to be in. And what, this somehow doesn't have enough fluid? I don't. Could have sworn I only needed like 800 in here. Let's see. We realistically should probably cut it there. And then bring in a liquid pipe so we can put it in there. Let's give this one also iron. We'll tell it to do it forever. We're actually super close to being able to tame that iron volcano. Is this full? Not quite. Okay, let's snip it here. We'll just reconnect that. Cancel. Let's see. We should have enough. I mean, if anything, we'll eventually just pull it out of the pipe, but I think we should be good for right now. And that should now just create a nice little functioning loop. And it is not. Uh-oh. What? Alright, whatever. We'll just deal with that one later. I'm not dealing with that thing. We definitely need better power. But we're working on that. Speaking of working on that, let us get this all swept out. And we gotta finish laying out all the power. But realistically, I feel like, yeah, we should use steel since we're gonna be basically laying itself cool. So yeah, all right, so all three need 800 regardless of what we make. This is set up so that way we can get the oxalate out of there fast enough so all the carbon dioxide falls down. That's kind of the problem, is the oxalate's just off-gassing and blocking the carbon from falling. We could probably actually just set this to all. Oh, we finally got some steam going. Awesome. So it's getting nice and cold. These are getting repaired. This is all getting fixed. Okay. All right. I see what they're doing. They are working on the backlog of like broken things I have neglected. That is fine. How are we looking down here? We're still looking pretty decent. We need to now focus on getting clean water into the oil well. Actually, I mean, do we even really need the oil well? I mean, we could tap into this leaky oil fissure with a steel liquid pump. And does this steel liquid pump handle over 600 degrees? No. Okay, so we need something we need like more end game material. We need, I can't even think of what the material is, but there's like an end game material we need to use instead. Steel's like the mid-game material, and then we can start making like a super end-game refined material. We can take advantage of it. Okay. So, water. Back to the main problem. We need more purified water. Ooh. That's what we could do. We could sacrifice some steel and pump the oil out of this thing and down into our geothermal vent to get it unplugged. That's a bit tall. I don't think it needs to be quite that tall. Like that tall? Yeah, that should be good. Tile there. We'll hold off on that for the moment. Where is our insulated door? Make it out of ceramic. You know what? We're not quite ready for this, so let's hold off on that. I really want to rip into it, but we should probably wait. Where's that? Okay. Just more runoff from the seals. Got it. We need to start heading up. Yeah. Yeah, we need to purify some water. So it's realistically just kind of trying to decide how to do that. Which one we want to do. What's this one? This one's 200 degrees. It's another hot one. I know we have... Oh, here's another one. It's now 200 degrees, so it's 2 at 200 degrees. Didn't we have a polluted water one? Yeah, right here. Here it was. What temperature is this one at? 86 degrees. That is the easiest one to tame. And it is basically just a pump. Yeah, this is the one we're gonna go with. Such concerning, we don't need to use steel. That's what I was trying to avoid, was having to use up our limited steel. And we realistically should be preparing for having a main power set up. Granted, we're not going to be using that right now. We're just using small little coal and smart battery setups for the window. I'm sorry about that, guys. I had a hiccup. And a burp at the same time. That hurt. Ow. Ow. Okay. We're good. All good now. And then what, right below this, we'll give this like a bit of that. And then something like that. And it can be our water sieve location with a storage box. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to make this steel over here because this, it got super hot in here. Auto sweeper steel. There we go. All right, and where did? All right, there we go. I was lost. Got lost. There we go. Found it. We're back. Now we just run some more power. We'll just run it all insulated just because I'm lazy and everything here is already going to be pretty cold to begin with. So we want to try to keep our water from freezing. Granted, right now we are not. Man, this is the forever pipe. Nope. Oh, we're going to have to rework. Yeah, we'll have to rework this again. Whatever. I am just trying to avoid having to do a ton more digging right now. Don't need that there. There. And that is one monstrosity of a pipe. That gets all set up there. No, that's the wrong button. Take that out. Put an auto sweeper. We'll make this one out of lead, because it should hopefully not overheat. And we'll get this analyzed. And there we go. That should solve our water problem for a while, to at least get oil. Eventually what I plan on doing is combining all three of the water geysers over here and just feed them all into the giant geothermal pump, turn it all to steam, get power out of it, and then pump the excess water into the oil or wherever else we may need it, or back into itself, or whatever, you know. We'll figure it out. We'll get it played with and set up and whatnot. So getting all that done. Yep. All right. Okay, and now it's just a big old hurry up and wait for him to build it again, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. Does mean our petroleum would be active. Oh yeah, we can start making plastic again. How much plastic do we have? I know I have it 13. I don't think that's enough to start making plastic beds yet, is it? No, because they're like 200 a piece. We could barely get like 6. Can we fit 3 in there with a heater? We'll have to figure that out. We will upgrade everybody's bedrooms eventually. But right now, let us actually upgrade our base with plastic. I didn't. Oh, that did not go very far at all. Okay, that's fine. Let's get rid of this. Not really loving any of them. We'll take this. We need that. We do not have that. That is 3. Stop it. Okay, there we go. This is pretty much done and up and running for the most part. Just gotta wait for, some better materials. We've got our water getting made for our oil. Our cooling brick for the base is up and running. Well, we're actually getting power out of it. Well, I'll be. That's pretty good. So I think no, I don't think we can. How much is this putting out? 200? Yeah, no, I think we'll have to keep these on it for right now. But we're just going to set them to low. Just in case if we need to bump those back up. So I don't think this will ever actually get... I don't think it'll ever create enough power to realistically actually refill the battery and keep this working. So I think it'll actually permanently need some assistance, but that's okay. But yeah, no, this is coming along great. I mean, like I said, it'd probably take about an in-game week to properly cool the base off. As you can see, we were cooking this bad boy pretty good. We were getting a bit too hot. Why? Listen, we should be starving yet. We should still have plenty of acceptably edible foods. It looks like we do. And we're back to making berry sludge. Yes. All right. So, I think this will be the end of this episode. I feel super accomplished right now. We got the base cooling off. We have the power brick being set up for our main power that will be running from now on once we get that built. We got water getting made for oil and stuff. We're actually starting to push things along pretty well and pretty quick compared to a few episodes ago. Now that we're not being on the back foot to having to fix our oxygen several times and then worrying about the base melting and falling apart and stuff. So overall I definitely feel like this has been a pretty solid win. We're doing pretty good. I will see you guys in the next episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe,